Alright dude, moment of truth. Pat's letting me take his McLaren. This is crazy. This is literally a spaceship and I couldn't even figure out how to move the seat, let alone turn off the air conditioning. We got 1 minute. I think he's in the Radical right now. So absolutely huge shout out to Pat. Dude, this is the first time anyone's let me driven their car, let alone a fucking supercar. This thing's gonna be nasty.
I realize this is kind of stupid, but it feels so weird to drive a proper performance car that when you let off the brake it just rolls forward like regular traffic. Having this car be as spaceship as it is and not having a clutch is so strange to me. I think every single performance car that I've ever driven has been manual up until this point, so this is actually my first dual clutch.
This thing is a rocket ship. My God, dude. Oh my God. This thing's nuts.
So as I'm getting a feel for this car, I just want to talk about how absolutely insane the power is. I know you can kind of hear me reacting to it and just the absurdity of it, but I think at some point I hit just shy of 160 miles an hour on this track. And considering I'm not carrying a lot of speed through the light bulb, that's just essentially all acceleration, which is crazy. I've never driven anything like this, even remotely close to it. I think I mentioned earlier in a little subtitle there that the fastest car I've ever driven before this is a E46 M3. And 300-ish horsepower, or just shy of it, was pretty fun, you know? But this is a completely different animal. This is just like, the closest thing I can relate it to is if I'm teleporting from like place to place. It is that fast. That and in between the lightning fast shifts from the transmission, which is very, very responsive, by the way. This thing is just, like I said, I think I mentioned a couple times, it's just a rocket ship. It literally you just disappear from corner to corner, and then you just kind of chill out and wait for the front end to do its thing. If this thing had track tires, the grip would be immense. The real thing that's holding it back on the track is obviously not having track tires. The Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's are a really solid tire, and you can take them to the track for occasional track days, like how Pat does it with this car, but they're really lacking that cornering grip. And I think my BRZ has a lot more cornering grip just because of those 200 tread wear tires. They're really cheater tires, but I can't imagine this thing with more grip. It would just be so fast. as we come into turn 2, we're actually going about 10 to maybe 15, not quite, probably closer to 10 miles an hour slower than I would take this through my BRZ, which is pretty crazy. And that's just the difference between a street tire and a track tire. But this is also a good point to mention. I think we are running stability control and traction control on. Going from 200 horsepower to over 600 is quite a big jump, so running traction control is perfectly fine with me. So as we come into this last corner, just look at how much I'm cranking the wheel here. I just cannot feel what the front tires are doing at all, and it's just the strangest feeling. I'm pretty sure these McLarens are hydraulic steering racks, so it shouldn't be that. I should be able to get lots of steering feel out of this. To be honest, I think it's the tires. They're not meant for the track, obviously, and they're probably not rated for a 600 horsepower McLaren either. But I think Pat had these aired up to, I don't know, whatever stock is, but later in the session, actually, you're going to see me take tire pressures, and they got up to 44 PSI. Probably something to do with that. I thought it was very odd for a car of this caliber to have less steering feel than my janky BRZ. But if he was on a set of 200 treadwear tires, that would obviously help with steering feel as well. But just thought it was very strange to not feel what the front tires were doing.
I will say in the bowl, it's definitely hard. And it's definitely lacking some high-speed front grip, because I can't turn in as much as I'm used to in my BRZ, which is a weird feeling, and weird to say out loud. But oh my god, the f***ing power!
So you heard me mention there that I was kind of thinking about some of the high-speed understeer that's occurring, specifically in the light bulb. I can get it to rotate under braking just fine. Like trail braking, it really seems to enjoy that. When I'm confident enough to brake that deep and trail in the brakes, I was able to do that, and it had some success doing that. But on the light bulb, you really need to get a decent amount of rotation on the throttle. And I think part of that is just that's how mid-engine cars drive. But also, this car is still a street car. It's a phenomenally capable street car, but we're still taking a street car on the track. It's not completely set up to rotate in the way that maybe McLaren would set up a track-specific version of one of their cars. For example, when I got my BRZ, I did all the aero and everything. I did just the wing first, and then eventually added the splitter. And one of the biggest differences I noticed around this track specifically is when I was able to get on throttle at high speed, the front splitter allowed just that little bit more rotation and able to pick up the throttle so much earlier. So yeah, not a knock on this car whatsoever. It's still an absolute beast, and I was absolutely loving ripping this car around the track.
cooldown lap for that. Yeah, it looks like it's a little high. There you go, temps came down. I was having so much fun I nearly forgot to look at that, dude. God damn. The flutter! Rotation under braking. Tires were starting to get warm there too. I feel like I braked at the same point I did before and just kept going. Luckily I kept the wheel straight and just trusted the braking there. This thing is an absolute weapon though. Oh my lord. The suspension is literally leagues better than my BRZ. It's stupid to even compare them. Oh my Christ. What a car. A 12.8? I think Pat said he was running like a second and a half faster than me about there. Somewhere in around there, I'll have to ask him. Oh my goodness. This thing's a weapon. Cool down laps for days, that's for sure. Yeah, temp's going back down. I'm not surprised this thing overheats, dude. It's getting really warm. I'm pushing pretty hard. I have no idea what my line is through here with this car. I can't get to this exit code. There's too much power. Up curbs for f***ing breakfast. That's nuts. I wish there was more curbs here so I could demonstrate that better, but dude, it just pretends they're not there. This is so easy to drive, man. If it had more front grip with the high speed, this would be an absolute track weapon. Traction control saving me. right here.
Realistically, I think this car is just too much power for this track, which is not a sentence I ever thought I would say. But if you took this to a big boy track like Pocono Raceway or maybe even NJMP Thunderbolt, they do have a really long straight there. This thing could probably hit damn near 200 miles an hour.
Wow. Dude, I braked too late. Everything all right?
You all right?
Yeah, I braked too late on the inside and I just went straight on.
What's that little rubber cap? Is that for something?
I don't know. It says in my car.
You going back out, right?
I think so, yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna walk around real quick.
Please do. Thank you. Oh. Oh no, front left tire, stop vehicle.
Alright, as far as I can tell, everything looks good.
I'm pitting.
What is it?
I'm pitting.
You're gonna pit in?
Yeah.
Okay. Start getting hot?
I don't know what happened, I went off.
Oh.
I went off towards like the light bulb, and I think something with the tire pressure maybe came off, because now I'm getting like a low pressure reading.
Oh.
So...
Oh, it's the cap to this.
Oh, okay. Jesus.
Yeah,
okay.
Dude, you were like, oh no.
No, because the guy said like, I don't know what's that, and then this is blinking at me like low front tire pressure.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It says pressure low, stop vehicle, and I thought it had something to do with that. I'm just gonna check it real quick because I'm so confused.
All good?
I think so. Yeah, the sensor says that there's low front tire pressure, and I went off track, so yeah. No, it's fine. Dude, the temps are like nearly 40. I don't know why it's saying it's low.
Which one?
It said front left.
Oh.
That's weird, right? Ow.
Maybe the sensor's going haywire.
Maybe. The fuck do I turn this off? I don't know how to turn this off.
So as you can see, I went off track in someone else's car, which is not my proudest moment for sure. But thankfully, Pat was pretty cool about it, and there wasn't really any serious damage. I did unfortunately rip off I guess you would call it an air deflector that deflects the air around the front tires. But they're right under the front bumper in front of the front tires. But other than that, the car was completely unscathed. I have no idea why the tire pressure sensor was beeping, going crazy. It must be just because it was such high pressure. I've never seen a car have such high tire pressures. When I went to check, it was just below 40, which is still pretty crazy. The computer must have not liked it and was freaking out or something, trying to get us to stop. It was odd that it didn't say anything while I was on track and, you know, moving, but when I pulled over, all of a sudden it started freaking out. So very strange. Thankfully, again, no major damage to the car. It all seemed fine. Again, thank you, Pat, so much for letting me take out your car. It was such a great experience. But I think that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care.